Hello, this is Ring Ring. Welcome to the Software Architecture Learning Journal by Kotlin series. In this series, I'll be sharing my journey of learning software architecture using Kotlin. In this video, we will qualitatively evaluate the architectural characteristics of layered architecture, which is one of the basic architectures, using a sample application. Please clone the sample application from the GitHub URL in the description and check out the layered architecture branch. First, let me explain the architectural characteristics that we will be evaluating. The evaluation criteria are modifiability, testability, deployability, and availability. 4 factors in total. Modifiability refers to the ease of adding, modifying, or removing features, as well as upgrading frameworks and libraries. Testability refers to the ease of testing and the coverage of tests. Deployability refers to the time required for deployment and the risks associated with deployment. Availability refers to the ability to maintain the system's operational state. Availability has aspects of scalability, elasticity, and fault tolerance. Scalability refers to the availability of the system to handle an increase in users over a relatively long period of time. Elasticity refers to the availability of the system to handle a sudden increase in users. Fault tolerance refers to the ability to maintain availability in other parts of the system, even if a part of the system fails. Let's start by considering modifiability. As layered architecture involves separation and coupling of roles, changes in the domain tend to affect many layers, resulting in low modifiability. On the other hand, changes in technology tend to have high modifiability. For example, if we consider adding progress status to a Toto, modifications would be required in the use case layer, repository layer, and DB layer. Upgrading Cater plugins would only affect the controller layer, and upgrading the database would only affect the DB layer. Next, let's discuss testability and deployability. Layered architecture tends to have low testability because even a minor modification requires testing the entire system. This is because modifying one layer affects all the layers that depend on it, ultimately affecting the entire system. For similar reasons, deployability also tends to be low. In other words, if one layer is modified, all the layers that depend on it need to be recompiled, affecting the entire system. Therefore, deployment, including testing and building, requires time and carries significant risks. Finally, let's look at, availability from the perspective of scalability and elasticity. Layered architecture has a low tendency because the entire system needs to be scaled. From the perspective of fault tolerance, layered architecture also has a low tendency because the entire system is the deployment target, meaning that a single failure can bring down the entire system. That concludes the explanation for this video. Thank you for watching. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Stay tuned for more content from the Software Architecture Learning Journal by Kotlin series. Happy coding.